What's going on, guys? So it's that time of the week again where we get doom and gloom over Destiny. Woohoo, everybody get your party hats out. Alright, anyway, now that I got that out of my system, let's get into this. So I just wanted to kind of do a vibe check on how things are feeling after, about a week or two of them announcing the delay now. We just had the marathon test and everybody played that, I guess, or didn't. I don't know. I don't know how the reception on that's going. It feels like that game is so divisive. Like, it's just so right down the middle. But we're not here to talk about Marathon. We're here to talk about Destiny. I'm just saying it because it just happened in the Bungie world, and I guess that's somewhat relevant. But yeah, anyway, though, after this little bit of time we've had since the announcement of the delay, morale has rapidly declined in the Destiny community, and I honestly am surprised that's even possible. Given where we were a couple months ago and how things have kind of felt doom and gloom this entire time, really, like since, kind of the dust settled from Renegade's launch, everybody kind of went back to being really negative about the game after that short little reprieve around Renegades, and then, it's back to the game's dead and we have nothing coming and all this stuff. So, like, the thing is, I want to try to be positive about Destiny 2 as much as humanly possible, and I understand that it's really hard to be positive about Destiny right now. Like, trust me, I get it. I have tried in this on this channel to, give the silver linings where there are silver linings. I've said that, I feel like this delay needed to happen. I've said that the changes coming in the delay or, in the update following the delay needed to happen because Bungie needs to get this game back above water. Right now, this game is drowning. They've got to find a way to get the game at least to a point where people are at the very least able to log in and have a desire to go and do raids again. Like, the hardcore community to have a reason to be like, yeah, I want to run raids again. Because right now, the LFG server is the most dead it's ever been. Destiny 1 LFG servers. If you guys go on Destiny 1's Discord server, there's a Last City Discord server or whatever it's called. Destiny 1's LFG servers are more popular right now than Destiny 2's, and it's really not very close, and that's really sad. And this is all just collateral damage of Edge of Fate at the end of the day, right? All of the systems that Bungie implemented in Edge of Fate that weren't tested and weren't ready to go, had no polish and all that stuff. Essentially, soft sunset 90% of the game, and now everybody can't go run their raids and dungeons anymore. And shocker, no one's running raids and dungeons when there's no reason to run them, and you can't even get relevant gear from them. So that's why I've said for a while now that this delay did need to happen, and us getting every single raid and dungeon in the game refreshed all at once is a big deal, right? It is a big deal. That is a massive amount of content. I feel like not a lot of people actually understand how big of a deal that is. We've never had that happen before in Destiny 2. We had it happen in Destiny 1, and guess what? It ended up being one of the best updates Destiny 1 has ever had. Now, I will say I don't think this is going to be necessarily on the scale of Age of Triumph in terms of all of the things that are being added to the game as a package. Like, I don't think it's going to be that kind of deal. I think it's more like, we're going to get all of these raids and dungeons loot tables updated with new perks, and obviously they're going to have tier 5 and stuff like that. Bungie talked about it already. I mean, we already basically know what's coming, at least I imagine. And obviously we're going to get Pantheon 2.0, and that's going to be cool, hopefully. Like, I think this update has potential to be a really good update, but at the same time, oh, and by the way, I'll have like a separate video talking about like the silver linings of this because I want to actually like talk about it at length. Like, I've sat down and kind of like talked about it in videos addressing the update and try to give that silver lining, but I want to actually make like a really positive video. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I'll have that coming. But while I can say all of this, like, I can sit here and try to be positive, at the end of the day, when the community morale is where it is right now, it doesn't matter how positive anyone tries to be because no one wants to hear positivity about Destiny right now because there is no positivity that most people feel towards the game. People want to feel vindicated. People want to see a focus return to Destiny that is clearly not there right now. And I'm the same way as you guys are, trust me. I'm 100% there. I want to see Destiny 2 get all the support in the world. If it were up to me, Marathon would have never happened. Bungie would have spent all those resources developing Destiny 3. We would have had way bigger expansions than we've had over the course of Destiny 2's lifespan, minus Forsaken. Every other expansion has not been as big as I feel like it probably should have been. And honestly, again, like, it's not up to me. Like, this is the state of the game. This is where things have gone. And all we can really do from here is just move on and move forward. And unfortunately, for a lot of people, that's either finding another game that they're going to play. And I don't want to make it dramatic, like, you can't play other games when you play Destiny, because it's not like that. But at the same time, there's only so much that people are going to come back to a game that they feel is not getting proper support when that game is a live service game. Like, when you declare that your game is a live service game, you are basically saying that your game is only as good as its recent content, right? Like, that's kind of the mark of a live service game. People don't go back and play live service games in the way that they would go back and play old games because those games are changing over time. They're ever evolving. They're supposed to have a constant flow of content. And when that content stops flowing, especially in the case of a game like Destiny 2, where a ton of content is straight up missing from the game, like you can't go and experience all of Destiny 2. So it's kind of hard for people to come back to a game when nothing is being added to it. And I mean, we finally just reached a point where all of Bungie's mistakes are catching up to them. You know, all of the things that, all the controversies, all the mistakes they've made over the years, they're all just catching up to them at the worst time with Destiny. And obviously, Marathon is on the horizon, and I don't even want to talk about Marathon, but I feel like you have to talk about Marathon when you talk about Destiny at this point, because as much as we want to pretend that Destiny can exist and Marathon can exist, their development is very confusing right now in terms of like how Bungie is allocating resources and things like that. So at the end of the day, I guess the whole point of this is that we have basically been left completely in the dark on nearly everything. We're getting next to no communication about Destiny at this point. We don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, I just want clear comms from Bungie. Like, I'm serious. Like, that would solve so much if Bungie would literally just be like, "Hey guys, so we understand that we've really left you guys in the dark lately. Here's what's happening." And even if it's like bad news, even if it's like, "Oh yeah, you know, Destiny 2 is not going to get much support anymore. You know, we're going to focus on Destiny 3 and Marathon, and that's going to be how it's going to be. And Destiny 3 is going to be here when it's ready in probably like 2 to 3 years at least, if not more than that. Who knows?" And, you know, Marathon's here, and Destiny 2 is going to be put on the back burner, and it's still going to get, you know, a couple expansions because those are already announced, and, you know, it's going to get maybe a couple minor updates, or I guess they're calling them major updates. Basically, like their, you know, Shadow and Order, which is delayed, and, you know, whatever the fuck that shit was called that released last year, Ash and Iron. God, man, that update was so bad that I don't even remember the name of it. But yeah, I don't know, guys. This one's just kind of like, this whole video is basically just me rambling, honestly, about Destiny, because I mean, there's nothing to talk about Destiny. Like, I'm gonna have more positive videos about the game. I'm sure when I can feign that positivity, but you know, it's one of those days where I just want to talk about the game because I feel fucking frustrated, man. Like, it's just, oh my god, you know, like, I know you guys are right there with me. Like, you guys that want to play Destiny, or you guys that are like deeply invested in Destiny, you're right there with me. You're just like, what the fuck is even going on, man? And I know there's like people out there that, you know, want to be positive, and they'll say like, you know, oh, games can't have like, you know, droughts anymore. And it's like, I hear you, man. I really do. Like, I remember the Taken King drought. I was there for that. But the thing is, the vibes are just so fucking different now, man. Like, I don't know. Like, it just feels like we haven't really had a delay like this in Destiny before, where absolutely nothing has been there to supplement the content drought at all. Like, you know, every other time we've had a major content drought, there's been something there. You know, when we got Beyond Light delayed, we still had all the arrival stuff, and the raid scene was popping off around that time because they had introduced the ability to farm raids endlessly and all that, so you didn't have to wait for weekly lockouts anymore, and you could just go enjoy all of those raids. When we were waiting on Witch Queen, we got the 30th anniversary. When we were waiting on Final Shape, we got Into the Light. Like, we've always kind of had something to, you know, kind of supplement these delays. And this time there's nothing, and this isn't even before a major expansion. You know, that's what worries me. Like, again, brother, this is an update. Like, this is just a major update. And yeah, like, I do think there's a case for it to be a, you know, one of the better updates that come to Destiny maybe ever. I mean, people regard Into the Light in that, and this could be, or I would just flat out say will be way bigger than the initial Into the Light. All they got to do is nail the game mode. If there's going to be, you know, like something other than just Pantheon and other than just the raid refresh, they just got to nail that game mode and, you know, figure it out. But like I said, a video coming on that soon. But you guys get where I'm going with all of this, man. Like, I mean, just, I don't know. I just want communication, and I just want Bungie to give us something here, and I'm tired of the doom and gloom. I'm tired of making videos that are doom and gloom, guys. I really am. Like, I mean, I know you guys are just gonna be like, oh, stop, stop doing it then if you don't want to do it, be positive. But it's like, man, you guys got to understand, like, as a content creator trying to cover Destiny right now, it's like, what in the fuck do we talk about, man? Like, everybody's doom and gloom about the game. All people are doing is doom posting on social media about the game. Every content creator you guys follow, doom and gloom. Like, every video they upload is doom and gloom. And, like, I mean, I hate it, man. I really do. You go in Twitch chats, and it's just people being like, oh, yeah, there's this game still alive or whatever. Like, it's, I don't know. And just to close this out, I know that obviously this delay was needed, but at the end of the day, that doesn't make it feel any better in the current moment while we're watching this whole marathon thing go down. And, we're left completely in the dark as to almost everything. And it's just frustrating, man. At the end of the day, it's just frustrating. If this resonated with you guys, leave a like, subscribe, comment. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.